Tonight, in a moment that has sent ripples through the heart of the football community, the NFL Players Association stands at a crossroads. The voice that has spoken on behalf of thousands, the man who took the mantle of leadership in a league where the stakes are sky high and the spotlight never blinks, has stepped down. Lloyd Howell Jr., Executive Director of the NFLPA and Chairman of the Board of NFL Players, has announced his resignation. It came not with fanfare, not with a carefully orchestrated media event, but with a solemn statement filled with clarity and conviction. "It's clear that my leadership has become a distraction," he said. A rare phrase in an age where ego often refuses to yield. But Lloyd Howell didn't run from the truth. He didn't cling to the title. He let it go, for the sake of the players. He chose to step aside, not out of weakness, but out of recognition. Recognition that the mission, the advocacy, the fight, the representation, must always come first. And when the leader begins to distract from the mission, it takes courage to acknowledge it. It takes strength to walk away. This is that moment. He leaves at a pivotal time. As players gear up for another grueling season. As negotiations and conversations continue behind closed doors. As the health, safety, rights, and futures of every NFL player hang in the balance. Howell's decision wasn't made lightly. It came with the weight of knowing what this union stands for. It came with the understanding that the NFLPA is not about one man. It's about all of them, every player who ever buckled a chin strap and carried the burden of the shield. In his message, Howell said he hoped his departure would allow the NFLPA to maintain its focus. That sentence, brief though it was, said more than any headline ever could. Because this is a union built on focus, on clarity, on solidarity. When Howell stepped into this role, he inherited a legacy rich with confrontation, negotiation, and advocacy. The NFLPA has never been a passive institution. It has challenged owners. It has rewritten collective bargaining terms. It has stood on the front lines of concussion protocols and contract disputes. And Howell, for his part, carried the torch during a period of evolution, of new media rights, shifting public perception, and changing player expectations. But leadership isn't only measured in victories. It's measured in self-awareness. And tonight, he chose to lead by stepping down. Shortly after his statement, the NFLPA Executive Committee reached out to its membership. They accepted his resignation with respect, with gratitude, and with resolve. "We are grateful for his service," the message read. Simple, sincere, strong. But that note didn't stop there. It promised action. It promised motion. It made clear that the board would convene swiftly to chart the path ahead. Because the work doesn't stop. The union does not pause. The issues that affect players, their contracts, their safety, their families, their futures, continue with relentless urgency. And now, the NFLPA must find a new figure to carry that responsibility. A new steward to listen, to act, to confront, and to lead. The timing is critical. The 2025 NFL season looms large. Preseason training camps are imminent. Rookies are trying to find their footing. Veterans are trying to preserve their bodies. And amidst all of that, the union must be a stabilizing force. This is no ceremonial position. This is a frontline role. The next executive director must be more than an administrator. They must be an advocate, a fighter, a listener, a negotiator, a believer in the power of collective strength. And above all, they must have the trust of the players. Because trust is the currency in any union. And right now, the NFLPA needs a deposit of unity. This moment, though sudden, is not one of collapse. It is one of transition. It is a reminder that no individual is bigger than the mission. That no name outweighs the cause. Lloyd Howell's resignation may mark the end of his tenure, but it also marks a beginning. A new voice will rise. A new chapter will begin. But the heartbeat of the NFLPA, the players, remains unchanged. They are the reason this organization exists. They are the power behind every collective bargaining agreement. Every grievance filed. Every protocol challenged. Every fight fought. And it is for them that this next leader must rise. Tonight, some may see uncertainty. But others see opportunity. The opportunity to reflect, to reaffirm, to rise. Players past and present will watch this process unfold with hope, with scrutiny, with expectation. Because leadership matters, representation matters, and the NFLPA cannot afford to get this wrong. As Howell exits, his words will linger. I hope this will allow the NFLPA to maintain its focus. That hope now becomes a mission. And that mission will be carried forward, by those who believe in more than themselves. By those who see the name on the back of the jersey and the name on the front of the union card as one and the same. Tonight is not an end. It is the ignition of the next fight. The next voice. The next movement. The NFLPA moves forward. Because it must. Because the players deserve nothing less.